people of the internet. How are you doing today? My name is Jackie and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new, welcome to my YouTube channel. And today in this video, I want to do another installment of what I've watched recently, talking about the TV and movies that I watched in the months of October and November 2018. I am really sorry that I did not upload any new videos in the past 2 weeks. It's been a very busy end of the semester for me, and I'm also working on a new project which I'm going to tell you guys about at the end of this video, so stay tuned until the very end if you are interested in hearing about it. So the first thing that I watched in October was the movie To All the Boys I Have Loved Before on Netflix. Now, I know that To All the Boys I've Loved Before and that series are really popular books. I've actually never read them because, to be honest, I don't really love reading contemporary romance books, though I do love watching romantic comedy movies. So I did watch the movie. I really enjoyed the movie. Will I read the books? Probably not. Never say never, but at the moment I don't really want to. To All the Boys I've Loved Before is about a teenage girl named Laura Jean. Now, every time Laura Jean gets a crush on someone, she writes a love letter to them. However, she never sends the love letter, instead keeping them all in a hat box in her closet. And then one day, all of her secret love letters end up getting sent, and she doesn't know who it is who sent them. And she ends up having a fake relationship with her former crush, Peter Kavinsky, and it all goes from there. I absolutely love the fake dating trope in movies. I just thought it was such a cute movie, To All the Boys I Loved Before, and I really enjoyed watching it. It is a very good romance flick. Also in October, I watched the first 2 episodes of season 1 of Outlander. Outlander follows a World War II Wow, I can't talk. Outlander follows a World War II nurse named Claire who what is wrong with me? Why can't I say words? Who inexplicably, did I say that? She finds herself somehow time traveling back into Scottish history around the 1700s. And I only watched the first 2 episodes. My watching kind of got derailed just because schools kept me very busy. And to be honest, I did find the first 2 episodes slow, but a lot of shows that I ended up really liking I thought were slow at first, so that hasn't deterred me from continuing on with the show. I have one very big reason that I want to keep watching, and his name is Jamie Fraser. After 2 episodes, I'm already kind of in love with him, and I really want to see how his relationship with Claire develops, because I know they're a big ship in the online community. So I do want to continue watching Outlander. I think in December, when I have more time, when school's over, when finals are over, and I'm home and I can watch television, I definitely want to continue watching Outlander because I think I could end up really, really liking it. And I do want to read the books if I end up liking the show. I've heard mixed things about the books, but if you watched the Great American Read special on PBS this fall, where America voted for their top 100 novels, Outlander actually came in at number 2 on the list, ahead of Harry Potter, ahead of The Great Gatsby, ahead of all these books that I thought were definitely going to be in the top 5. So that definitely renewed my interest in it if it's popular enough to be voted the 2nd most beloved book of all time by Americans after only To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah, that's something that I want to check out, definitely. The next movie that I watched in the month of October was A Star is Born. I went to see this movie in the theaters with my dad, and boy, oh boy, did I enjoy this movie. A Star is Born stars Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Bradley Cooper plays a veteran musician and Lady Gaga is a rising singing star, and the two of them fall in love, and oh my god, this movie was so good. Not only was the music in the movie amazing, but the chemistry between Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga was great. I was super invested in their relationship, and oh my god, Lady Gaga is so good in this movie. Going into this movie, I was kind of like, yeah, Lady Gaga's a singer, not an actress. I guess she'll be okay, but whatever. And she exceeded my expectations. She was amazing in this movie. She was like a real actress, and oh my god, it was just, I really, really enjoyed it. This movie made me feel all the feels. I almost cried at the end, and it's very rare that I ever get teary-eyed over a movie or a TV show. I usually don't cry at fictional things, but this movie hit me in the heart. It was really, really good, and I'm glad that I saw it. It packed such an emotional punch. It was so well done, and both Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are amazing in this movie, and I think this movie probably deserves some award season buzz because it was that good, in my opinion. Finally, around Halloween time, I decided to watch a really popular movie that I'd actually never seen, and that was Get Out. I saw that it was available for free on Xfinity On Demand, so I decided to watch it one Friday night when I was in the room by myself with no plans, and I actually really, really liked this movie. I had never seen it before because I don't like horror movies. I don't really like being scared. It's kind of why Halloween is not one of my favorite holidays. It just doesn't interest me. I don't like scary things. But I liked this movie because it wasn't one of those gory horror movies, and it was so socially timely, and the horror in this movie, I mean, yeah, it's a dramatized scenario, but it deals with issues like racism that are super prevalent in society, and I just thought it was so clever, the writing, and a lot of times characters make dumbass decisions in horror movies. I don't even watch them, and I know that, but the way that the main character, well, I don't want to spoil it. The way the main character acted in the climax of the movie was really intelligent, actually, so I liked that. The performances were really good. Daniel Kaluuya was really good. Allison Williams, I also thought was really, really good in this movie, and her character made me feel things. Very strong things. I also loved Daniel Kaluuya's character's best friend in this movie. I'm forgetting all the characters' names now, so I'm just referring to them by their actors and like stuff like that. The character who was his best friend, whatever his name was, he was hilarious. He made me laugh out loud several times. So I really enjoyed this movie, even though it's not the kind of thing that I would usually watch. And I am glad that I watched it. I see now why so many people like this movie. It was just super well written, really clever, and really well done. So I really enjoyed Get Out. In the month of November, I got caught up with season 15 of Grey's Anatomy. That is the current season that is airing, and we are currently on a mid-season hiatus. Grey's Anatomy is quickly approaching becoming the longest running medical drama of all time. I think this season they are going to surpass ER's 330 something episodes and officially become the longest running medical drama in history. And I've been watching this show since freshman year of high school, when I binge watched it on Netflix, and to be honest, I don't enjoy the show as much as I used to at this point. I feel like it's been going on for so long that some of the plot lines feel kind of recycled and some of the drama is very manufactured, but the reason that I still watch Grey's Anatomy is because of the relationship between Alex and Joe, played by Justin Chambers and Camilla Luddington. They finally got married last season, and I've really enjoyed seeing their scenes this season with them navigating newlywed life and supporting each other, being a great husband and wife, because I think it's nice to see your favorite TV couples actually be happy for a little while. Though I have to say, I would like to see them get more of a storyline in the latter half of the season, because while I've really enjoyed their cutesy scenes, it would be nice to see them having like a real storyline as a couple instead of just, you know, cute scenes at the end of every episode. My main problem with season 15 is that this relationship between Jackson and Maggie, I don't like it at all. I don't think the two of them have any romantic chemistry, and it just isn't working for me, nor is it working for a lot of people. Most people I've talked to in the Grey's Anatomy fandom really want Jackson and Maggie to break up, because I just don't buy them as a couple, and no one else does either. They don't have good chemistry. It feels so forced, and it's just not working. And I don't think anyone is really rooting for their relationship. It's making me dislike Jackson and Maggie as characters. Before, I never had any issues with either of them. I liked them both well enough, and now I find them both irritating, to be honest, just because the relationship between the two characters has soured me on both of them as individuals. So I think if the show wants to improve, they need to go a different direction with those characters, because nobody likes this relationship. It is so bad. Nobody cares. In November, I also watched the movie Outlaw King on Netflix. This is a historical drama starring Chris Pine as Robert the Bruce, who was a King of Scotland. And this movie was talked about on Twitter because there is a scene where you see Chris Pine full frontal nudity. And to be honest, I don't really like nudity in movies, and you only see it for about half a second, so that is not a reason to go watch this movie, in my opinion. I have to say I did really enjoy this movie. It follows this war between the Scots and the English, and it did really hold my attention for the 2 hours that I was watching it. There were some plot elements that were not historically accurate that I noticed, and that was a little off-putting. This is a really weird complaint, but the hairstyling in this movie was pretty bad. So the King of England and his son, the Prince of Wales, they're both named Edward, so I'll refer to one as King Edward and one as Prince Edward. King Edward is played by Stephen Delane, who, if you are subscribed to me, you probably know him as Stannis Baratheon on Game of Thrones. And they gave him this really cheap-looking wig to wear, which did not look good at all, in my opinion. And then his son, Prince Edward, has, I think, the worst haircut I have ever seen on anyone, ever. No hyperbole. It's like a bowl cut. I think that's what it's called, but it goes only here. So it's like just hair on the very top of his head, and it looks awful. I will insert a picture here so you can all see this travesty on his head. It's bad. This isn't a spoiler because it's in the very beginning of the movie where King Edward uses a giant catapult against the Scots. And I thought for sure the filmmakers had made this up. I was like, that's ridiculous. Why did they include a giant catapult? Obviously it did not exist. But when I looked it up, there actually was a giant catapult that King Edward had built. It took like 3 months for it to be made, and it was huge. I literally thought the filmmakers just made that up, but no, it was a real thing. And I was shocked when I found out they did not make that up and that actually happened. Wow. King Edward was so extra, dude. That being said, this movie really did hold my attention for the 2 hours that I was watching it. I think that Chris Pine was good in the role. I was initially very worried about his casting considering he's an American playing a Scotsman. He doesn't have a Scottish accent, doesn't even have a English accent, but he was pretty good in the role considering, and I think the person who I loved the most in this movie was Florence Pugh, I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, as Robert's wife Elizabeth. Now, they really had to make up a lot of things about Elizabeth because historically we don't know a lot about her, but I loved her character in this movie. She was my favorite by far, and I thought Florence Pugh's performance was really strong. I think she has the potential to be a rising star now. I know she's going to be in the Little Women movie adaptation, which I'm definitely going to watch because I've watched every Little Women movie adaptation ever, but that's besides the point. And the last thing that I watched in the month of November was the sequel to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald, and man, oh man, I have a lot of thoughts about this movie. I don't even know where to begin. I have to say, I really did enjoy the first half of the movie. I love Eddie Redmayne. I think he's probably one of my all-time favorite actors. He's been amazing in everything I've seen him in. I love Newt. He is such a lovable hero, and he makes me even more proud to be a Hufflepuff. I'm so proud we're in the same house. He's a great character, a great protagonist. And I really was invested in the movie for the first half. I thought it was really good. I especially loved Jude Law as young Dumbledore. Anyways, I really did like the first half of the movie. I really liked seeing Newt, Queenie, Tina, and Jacob again. I was glad to see that, well, as many of you assumed, Jacob does remember who Newt is again, and that's explained very early on in the movie, so it's not really a spoiler, and everybody kind of figured that was going to happen anyway, so if you're mad about me for saying that, like, it's not even really a spoiler. And so I really enjoyed that, seeing all of them again, but the end of the movie was bad. It was really bad. The plot twist at the end of the movie relied way too much on plot conveniences to be possible for starters. I'm not going to tell you what the plot twist is in case you haven't seen this movie yet and you want to go see it, so I won't tell you what it is. There are plenty of spoilery reviews if you have seen it and you want to go watch one of those. I've watched several. It was a very convenient plot twist, like so many conveniences would have to exist for this plot twist to work out. It does not make a lot of sense compared to what we know from Harry Potter established canon. This movie plays very fast and loose with canon, and there's several things in here that contradict things that we've seen in the Harry Potter film franchise. I know people have talked a lot about the cameo from McGonagall, who wasn't even born when this movie takes place, so it makes no sense that she's there. And I don't want to spoil it in case you haven't seen the movie yet, but the Queenie thing. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. And if you haven't seen the movie, you'll know what I mean as soon as you watch the movie. I get why it happened, but I don't like it. I am not happy about it at all. And the very final scene of the movie has a plot twist that does not make sense. And I've thought about it a lot, and I can't make sense of it. I've watched other people's videos, they try to make sense of it, and I still don't understand how this makes sense. I am not an expert on Harry Potter canon by far. I've only read the first 2 books, only seen the first 5 or so movies in the original Harry Potter film franchise, and even I know that this movie does not adhere to Harry Potter canon, and the ending was just not good. I didn't like the ending. I really enjoyed the first half of the movie, and the ending was bad. So guys, that is everything that I watched in October and November 2018. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, there is a new project I'm working on, which is why I haven't had time to upload videos the past 2 weeks. I did create a second YouTube channel. It is called Jackie Reads and Writes. I will link it in the description. And this is going to be a new channel I'm starting dedicated entirely to talking about books. I have made some book videos on this channel in the past. However, I really wanted to make a new channel just to have a clean slate, because this channel in particular, I started it when I was 14 or 15 years old, and those old videos make me cringe. I don't want to delete them, but they make me cringe when I watch them, and I really just wanted to start fresh, have a brand new channel that can be dedicated solely to books. And to be completely honest, after Game of Thrones is over, I don't know if I'm going to continue using this channel, because there's no other TV shows on TV right now that I really want to theorize about and really want to make videos about. So I feel like I might continue to use this channel until Game of Thrones ends, and then after Game of Thrones ends, move over completely to my BookTube channel and have that be my only channel moving forward. So if you like my videos, if you like me, if you like my opinions about books, please consider subscribing to that channel, because I'm going to be talking all about books and my reading and my writing on that channel. So if you would support me in that endeavor, I would really, really appreciate it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you watched in October and November. If you watched any of the things that I mentioned in this video, let me know your opinions about it. Please like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, and I hope to see you in the next one.